What's up, guys? I went out and bought a little bit of a controversial tool the other day, and I thought I would give it I just used it today actually, and I thought I'd give it a little bit of a review. So here is the Pittsburgh Pro Series. It's a 3/8 inch long handle ratchet with the soft touch grip on there. I didn't really got to use it much, and I did a brake job today on a pretty neglected car, and it held up. It did really well. I just want to share with you guys some things I did like and did not like. So let's just start with the things I didn't like at first. The on and off switch, bolt on, bolt off type thing. It's backwards to me. If we take a close look, I don't know if you can see that, but on is to the right. So usually when you use a ratchet, take a look at the snap-on one. On is to the left. So you move it to the left because that's the way you'll be rotating it. So left, and then you rotate it left. It just threw me off. It's not like my other ratchet. It's not a big deal. But with that switch in mind, I did have a hard time. It might just be this tool itself, but I had a hard time with the switch moving back and forth on me. So I'd be loosening, and then all of a sudden I'd be tightening. So I might be heading into Harbor Freight and seeing if that's just how all these work, or it might just be the one that I grabbed. So one other thing I wasn't a huge fan of is, I knew this when I bought it, but the swivel head doesn't have like the positions in it. It's just it just swivels. So I wasn't a huge fan of that going in. It didn't really bother me once I started using it, but just something that's different. So as for things I did like, the thing takes a beating. Like I said, it was corroded pretty well. I used it like I use a 1/2 inch breaker bar. It held up to it. It didn't have any issues like that, or any, it didn't break anything. Teeth didn't break. Still works perfect. Tooth count's really nice. I think it's 72, which isn't a whole lot today, but it still did pretty good. It held up. I didn't use it as like a hammer or anything like that because I didn't need to. I had a hammer, but yeah, held up well. So that did well. The soft grip is kind of nice as well. It gets dirty, which is kind of annoying if you're like me and you try to clean stuff, but I use a little WD-40, and as you can see, it's clean again. So let's flip around. I'm going to compare it to a snap-on because that's oftentimes what it is compared to. So I'll compare it to the one snap-on ratchet that I currently have, and just get an idea of what we're looking at. So first things first, this one's obviously a long handle. It's a swivel head, so comparison won't be the most direct, but you get an idea. Designs are pretty similar. I think the grip on the snap-on is a little bit better, but that's really picking at it, to be honest. They're pretty close. I'm told the snap-on ratchet is a prototype. It has a really terrible tooth count. I don't like using it. It's real stiff. I would like to exchange it for something. The on-off switch here, you leave it on too long and it dies and that stuff. It's just, no, not really. But it's tough to push back and forth, whereas this was kind of a pet peeve of mine at the same time. The Pittsburgh one just moves super simple. Like when you're working on stuff, it's difficult, but it's cold out. It's real convenient. So overall, designs are pretty close. Both have been used pretty heavily, and neither one's given me an issue. So I would say they're both good ratchets. You're comparing a $100 plus ratchet here to a $20, $25 ratchet. Most cases you shouldn't even be able to consider comparing them, but the Pittsburgh is definitely comparable in my opinion. So yeah, I would say this is it's one hell of a ratchet, and I think it's definitely worth checking out. $20. I mean, I'm sure some of us spend $20 on food a month, so a week really. So eat in one night and try this thing out. I don't think you'll regret it. It's definitely a good ratchet. Build quality seems to be good. It's Harbor Freight, but it's Pittsburgh, and it's their Pro line. Their Pro line, I hear very good things about. So definitely check it out, guys. It's a good ratchet. There's the whole thing again. I think you like it, so give it a try. Hopefully more tool reviews like this coming up soon. If you guys like it, let me know in the comments if you do. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.